Okay. Hi. Good morning, everybody. So, Dunya had a question, and I wanted to answer it for the group because I think a lot of other people might be kind of curious about this too. It's something that I talk about a lot in Soul Love Society and especially in the membership side. I have a lot of videos about this, but I don't talk about it as much in Secret Seduction. So, I wanted to just share my tips for dating online successfully in light of Danya's post. She says, "Hi, beautiful ladies. They said when you're on a dating site or dating app that you should move forward when he does not ask you after four messages." I think she means like to move on. But my experience is that they ask for my phone number to send messages with WhatsApp. How are the rules with WhatsApp? Okay, so there are a lot of things going on here. One thing is, who is they? Like, who are you getting this dating advice from? Are they people who are actually dating successfully, or are they just people who are uh, trying to share their rules with you, but they don't have a happy relationship? So it's kind of like the blind leading the blind kind of a thing, right? Like, you really want to be careful who you're getting your dating advice from, and see if you can what the quality of their relationships is like. Are they just dating, and not actually settling down with anybody? Are they kind of like heartbroken and sort of like emotionally depleted from having relationships over and over again that are mostly physical, that don't lead to the emotional and the deep soul connection that they're wanting to have with someone? Are they Do the people that are giving you this advice, do they have like really strong feelings of self-worth and self-love? Like, who is they? When you say they say that when you're on a dating app that you should move forward when he does not ask you out after four messages. So, number one is be very careful who you get your dating advice from. You should never take money advice from broke people, and you should never take dating advice from bitter single people. Okay, so that's and I don't mean to should all over you, but that's a good rule of thumb. Another thing is, this four contacts thing is kind of arbitrary, and I'll circle back to that. So number two, so number one, be careful who you're getting your dating advice from. Number two, it is really important to remember what your goal of dating is. And your goal in dating is to have a real life flesh and blood relationship with someone else who wants a real life flesh and blood relationship, right? You want to be dating this partner in real life and then go on to have a relationship with this person, and possibly, children, or blend two families together if you've already got children or they've already got children. You're wanting to create something in real life. The idea of online dating is sort of it's unfortunate that it's named online dating, because it gives a lot of women the impression that dating happens online. The dating process doesn't happen online. Meeting someone who you would then date is what happens online. So the dating apps aren't actually like you're dating the person online. The dating apps are just giving you a chance to connect with people who you can then take that connection into real life and have the opportunity to get to know each other in real life so that you can date. So what happens a lot of times is the danger of sort of getting into okay, here's my phone number, and then they WhatsApp you, and I know why they're wanting to WhatsApp you. They're wanting to WhatsApp you because it's like cheaper than actually calling you. They want to save money, which is kind of um like, I understand that we all want to save money, but it's kind of like a cheap way to get started, like to get to know someone. It's kind of like a scarcity mindset way of getting started with getting to know someone. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Um, I think WhatsApp is great. I just think it's weird for dating, because wouldn't you, if you're dating, if you're meeting people online that you want to date, then you're not going to be doing a lot of phone calling and a lot of texting and a lot of whatever. After about four or five times, you're going to ask that person to coffee at least, so that you can get to know them a little bit better in real life. You can't get to know people very well on the phone. You can't get to know people very well um, in an email or in a text. But the danger of it is that many women who have been traumatized, who have been through abusive relationships or abuse in their past, in their childhood, who have had their heart broken over and over again, they will get into these situations where they meet someone online and they start talking to this person often online, and the person is texting them or contacting them often, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. How are you doing? How was your day? How have you been? And they start to rely on this and feel like it's an actual relationship. And I have had women who are sort of addicted to doing this. I've worked with women who are sort of addicted to having an online connection with someone, and they actually refer to that person as their boyfriend. And then when you start talking to them a little bit, you find out they've never actually been in the same room with this person that they're referring to as their boyfriend. That's a big red flag. Like if you're feeling like somebody who you've never actually seen face to face in the same room is your boyfriend, then that's a premature emotional connection and a premature emotional commitment, right? So there can be a danger of that happening when you just connect with someone solely online and you're content to leave that as the only way that you're connecting with that person. Usually that ends up really badly. The reason for that is that when a man is content to just connect with you online, a man who wants a real relationship with a flesh and blood partner in real life isn't going to text you forever. He isn't going to be happy with just texting you forever. He's going to, after the first or second phone call, after the first or second times that you talk on the phone, he's going to suggest you get together for coffee or something. He's going to want to meet you in real life. And I've talked to dozens and dozens of men about this, and they're like, oh yeah, because there are so many things I can't find out about her online. There's so many things I can't find out about her by texting or emailing. Like, I want to know, how does she smell? How does she laugh? How does she treat other people that are around her, in a like a restaurant? What's her energy like? What is she like to be around? Like, they want to know the tactile things that you can only know. Like, they want to know what it like feels like to hug you or to hold your hand, or like those kinds of things. So if a man uh, is content to keep your relationship online for longer than maybe a couple of phone calls, there are probably 2 or 3 things going on. Either number one, he's not serious about having a real life relationship, in which case, if you are, it would be wise to pass. Because, I mean, who has a lot of time to waste with someone that doesn't know what they want or doesn't want the same things that you want, right? Or there's something he's hiding, like he's a scammer and he's running a long con with you. So a lot of times that happens where he will invest a lot of time in making you feel comfortable, because he's going to ask you for money in a month or so once you feel like you have a relationship with him. Because he's going to rely on the fact that if you're thinking you have a relationship with someone you've just been online, he's going to assume a few things about you psychologically. He's going to assume that you're lonely. He's going to assume that you're very invested emotionally in the relationship with him and it's your only kind of like emotional connection. And he's going to assume that it's the only thing maybe that's making you feel special. He's going to assume some things about you psychologically that let him be in a position to con you. And I've had this happen over and over again with women where instead of actually like investing more deeply in their self-love and then like getting a dating coach or something like me so that they can heal what's going on and then navigate their way through dating, they will just try a different dating app and end up with the same results. I've had women who, like, somebody, from a foreign country, somebody that's like, oh yeah, I hurt myself overseas and I'm in the hospital and my job is supposed to start in a couple of weeks, but I can't do it now because I'm hurt. And I was gonna try to get a plane ticket to come and see you, but I can't. Like, could you send me money for a plane ticket to come and see you, or could you send me money for my hospital bills since my job can't start yet since I'm injured, or could you send me money, blah blah blah. And they'll send pictures of someone, but a lot of times you don't even know if that's actually the person that you're talking to or texting with. So online is a way of meeting someone, but if they don't want to take that into real life, uh, pretty much immediately, at least after talking to you on the phone once or twice, then that's probably something that either he's not really looking for a serious relationship, or it's a scam artist that's kind of looking for lonely women to latch onto. Um, Occasionally, um, I mean, that's really the only two things that I've seen with that. Because the people that are interested in dating you, he wants to get to know you too, so that he can see if there's a connection there, especially someone who is interested. When a man is interested in a committed relationship, when a healthy provider type of man is interested in a commitment, like he's like shopping for a wife, basically, you know, he wants to he's focused. Like he wants to get to know you so he can know, are you the person? What kind of connection do I feel with you? Do I have fun with you? Um, do we like the same things? Do we want the same things? How do I think my family would feel about you? Um, how do you treat me? All those kinds of things. So he's going to want to take the situation into real life as quickly as possible. So a lot of these people that are online for a long time, it's like they're just kind of, they don't really know what they want, or they're scam artists. And I'll notice that there are some women who kind of fall into it over and over and over and over again, where it's like they're on their fourth, long term, and they're calling it a long distance relationship, but it's not a long distance relationship if you've never actually met that person in real life to begin with. Like if you a long distance relationship is me and you, we date for 2 or 3 months, we decide that we want to be committed to each other. Now we're not dating, now we're in a relationship. There's a difference between dating and relationships. So me and you, we are dating, right? And the time that we're dating, I can date other people and you can date other people. That's what dating is. It's not exclusive, it's not committed. It's us having a fun time and getting to know each other so we can decide if we want to be committed and have a relationship. Relationship is separate from dating. It comes later after some knowledge of each other and some time together. And you only can get that knowledge of each other by spending that time together in real life, face to face, so that you can see this person. How do they respond when they have a bad day? How do they respond to stress? How do they treat you? Like, what are they like in real life before you would actually commit to them in a relationship? Otherwise, that's a premature commitment, right? You're like giving away yourself and your whole, everything that's beautiful and wonderful about you. You're giving it away to somebody because you're scared that you're going to lose the person or something like that. And it's like you don't even know, this person could be like a child molester or something. Like you'd have no idea. You know what I mean? Like you need to spend time getting to know them. So let's say you're dating. It's been about 3 months, enough time to really get to know each other. You're seeing each other 2 or 3 times a week for 3 months. You've been through an amount of time where you've each been able to see how each other responds when you're sick. You've each been through an amount of time when you get to see, you've met people in each other's family. You pretty much have a good idea of like who this person is. You're pretty confident that they are who they say they are. You know what they do for a living. You know this person's middle name. You've seen their dirty socks on the ground. Like you understand who this person is. Now you can decide that you want to be committed to them and have a relationship. It's about 3 months. Then a relationship is where you go, okay, I'm not dating anyone else. You're not dating anyone else. Let's dig in here and really get to know each other deeply and spend time together and let that bond grow and flourish so that we can move toward, move toward marriage or, whatever it is that you want to do. So dating is just the beginning part of that, and you don't do that online. That you can meet online, but it's not possible to actually get to know someone online. So you have to actually, not romantically. So you have to actually be with this person face to face to know if you want to give your heart to this person. So hopefully that answers your question, Danya. And the other thing is, in terms of like how many times do you have to talk, how many times do you have online contact before you like give up on this person? Um, if two or three texts or emails should turn into a phone call, and 1 or 2 phone calls should turn into a date. That's kind of the natural progression of that when someone is actually interested in that. If that's not happening, what I would recommend is kind of by the first or this at the end of the second phone call, you might want to say something like, "So, you know what? I'm super busy, but I would be absolutely into getting to know you better if you ever want to get together for coffee or something like that. I'm gonna let you go. Have a fantastic day, and let me know if you ever want to get together for coffee. Take care. Bye. Hang up." Don't try to not be the one who's always waiting for them to hang up. Like you just want to talk and talk and talk because you're like really happy to talk to him and all of those kinds of things. Like, go about your life like normal. Don't focus everything on like that phone call with that person. Be, kind, be cordial, be interested. Don't share a lot of personal details with someone you're just getting to know about, like your financial situation or where you live or where your kids go to school or any of those kinds of things, because you don't know this person yet. But you can share things like, hobbies. I like this kind of music. I grew up in this town. I have three sisters, blah, 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 blah. You can share that kind of information with someone that when you're dating, you're getting to know them. Don't share a lot about breakups from the past. Um, you probably want to get political views sort of out in the open, and hopefully you get that out in the open before the phone call. Like, you have an idea what this person's political views are, so that you know whether you're going to mesh well, especially because right now politics is so divided that it's almost impossible for someone who, like, was a Hillary supporter to date someone who is a Trump supporter. So you probably want to have an idea of like what their political ideology is before you kind of get in kind of deep, like those kinds of things. So that's sort of a general overview, like how you would talk to them once you're on the date, like what kinds of things you would talk about. It's perfectly fine to say to this person, I'd be totally interested in getting together with you for coffee sometime if you would like. Just give me a call sometime. If you're interested in that, just give me a call sometime, and we'll talk then. So take care, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye, and hang up. You're letting them know that you're open to being pursued. You're letting them know, I am open to connecting with you in a deeper way. Otherwise, I am busy and I have shit to do. So that's an important message for them to kind of receive, because you're not just sitting around, waiting for them to call you so that you can just talk on the phone for 3 or 4 or 5 hours. I've had some women tell me, "Oh, we talked for 6 hours this on Sunday, and then we talked for this long on Wednesday." Anybody who has 5, 6, 7 hours a day to talk to you, like, there's stuff in his life he's not taking care of that needs to be taken care of in order for him to be a good partner to you. Like, if he can talk to you for 6 hours, he could have driven to your house and taken you out for coffee. You know, if he can talk to you for 6 hours, why isn't he working? Doesn't he have a job? If he's supposed to be self-employed people don't have 6 hours to talk to you, not with successful businesses. So things to kind of think about, like, you have things going in your own life, invest in your own happiness and in your own self-love, so that someone coming into your life really is something that complements your life and adds to your life as a companion and a partner, not like the end-all be-all that you're waiting for. And then as soon as this person comes in, I can be happy. Because people sense that on a subconscious level, and the sociopaths will exploit it, and the healthy people will not be attracted because they're like, this person has got some serious wounds that need to be healed. So work on those things and healing the wounds, and then date online in a way that is respectful of yourself, respectful of your time, and wise. And remember that it's just a way of getting to meet people. It's not a way of getting to know people. The serious people will take that relationship, take that dating opportunity into real life as quickly as possible. Like after 2 or 3 texts, emails, and then 1 or 2 phone calls, there should be a coffee date happening, in that time frame. I mean, because remember, 15 years ago, nobody did online dating, and still people were dating. So what does that mean? That means that people would meet at a coffee shop, or they'd meet at a friend's house, or they'd meet at a bookstore, or they'd meet somewhere and exchange phone numbers, and say he would call her and take her out to dinner. And it wasn't like this super long thing. It was like when he called, it was to take her, ask her out on a date that first time. So it's not like that's not, that's not possible. It's just that the more that you encourage people to kind of linger in their communication online with you, the more time that is kind of wasted in this digital pen pal thing instead of a real life relationship, or the opportunity for that anyway. So I hope that's helpful. I know it was kind of a long video, but I hope that that's helpful. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care, ladies. Bye. Mwah. I want to share a secret with you. It is a lot easier to manifest your divine life partner soulmate than you think. The trick is to clear the old stuff out of your energy first, because that makes your energy magnetic to new love. So it's not even like you have to work really hard to bring this person in. You just have to clear the old stuff out and then have a clear intention of what you want so that this new person can come into your life. Otherwise, if you haven't done that, you are manifesting all the time from this energy of fear and shame and anger and confusion and grief. So, if those things are in your energy right now, that's what you're actually manifesting from all the time. So don't do that. Download my free ebook, The Heartache Cure, at theheartachecure.com and start to turn that around right now so that you can bring in the divine life partner soulmate that your heart desires and craves.